What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live composing show, late night edition for the third night in a row. What is going on? This apparently is what happens when you have a fifth child. You are sleep deprived and everyone is asleep. Apparently 8 p.m. is the new let's get stuff done hour. So I don't know if this is going to keep going or not, but wasn't expecting any of these. So here we are, 3 days in a row. It's super fun writing at night because it's just so not normal for me. But I'm sure many of you can relate that there is an energy spike. There is a creativity and inspiration spike at nighttime. And that's true for most creative people. Many creatives do all of their best work at nighttime. Before kids, I used to work a lot at night, mostly at night even. Especially in my college years, I would write so much music at night. I would go to bed, in the AMs every night. But you know what? This is fun. I hope you're all doing fantastic. I am going to talk a little bit lower in volume. Hopefully my microphone is picking up. I cranked it up a little bit higher because I don't want to wake anybody in the house. But hope you guys are doing fantastic. Let's see, it's Friday night, and you guys have chosen to listen to little old me write some SNES music. So hopefully you didn't have to cancel some fun plans. But I'm glad you're here. Hope this will be just a nice, fun time for everybody. So what on earth am I doing today? Well, if you've joined the last couple streams, then you've gotten a little snapshot into a personal project of mine. So many of you know I work on a lot of video games. That's my full-time career. So it's rare that I take a break, to be honest, probably too rare. And here is an opportunity with a new baby in our house, with the whole pregnancy and birthing process. I took 2 months off, so my 2 months is not over yet, and so I'm not technically working right now, but I missed you guys, and I really enjoy spending time with you. And for me, personal projects are something that I typically have to put on the backside and don't have a lot of energy and focus to be able to get them done because they don't pay. They're just kind of for fun. But personal projects matter because they are a great playground to experiment. They're a great place to get some of that creative energy flowing without having to abide by someone else's rules and deadlines and briefs and all of that. And on top of it all, it's just a cool opportunity to hang out with you guys and make some cool music and talk about video game music, which I obviously love and I'm very passionate about. So the personal projects for the last 2 months or so has been to acquire as many video game samples as humanly possible and to create my own contact patches to have them at my fingertips. And now that I'm done with the process, or at least done with the first phase of the process, which has landed me with 1,800 contact patches customized, now I can write just about anything in any video game tune style. And that's a loaded statement, and I will make a separate video all about that process because it's probably a 2-hour talk just to walk you through all the stuff, but all the tech involved. But in short, what I've done is I've tracked down, let's say, Chrono Trigger. I've gone through and I've found as many original samples as I can from the original sound sources. The Roland Sound Canvas is one of the major ones, especially for the SNES, the Super Nintendo, which is what we're talking about today. Most games got their sounds from that Roland Sound Canvas. So if you own that one plugin or that one hardware rompler, MIDI rompler, then you have access to a ton of games types of sounds. Now, I want to clarify that I am not stealing, I am not taking illegally, I'm not taking any files from the ROMs of these games. There's no emulation involved here, but rather I've just tracked down. Google can be your best friend here, and there's a ton of people who've gone through and made spreadsheets that can help you track down specific sounds, like the trumpet sound from Chrono Trigger. They can tell you exactly what synthesizer or what VST or what MIDI rompler you can find that from. So as long as you can get access to the original machine and you own it legally, then you can sample it. And that's what I've done. So I spent about $600 so far in this process, tracking down as many as I can. A lot of them were on CD-ROMs. A lot of them were on Omnisphere, which I already owned. A lot of them were on the Korg collection, which Legacy collection, which is like a ton of synthesizers from the past in the 90s and things like that. So I will go into greater detail. I know you guys are super interested in that. I haven't had an opportunity to sit down for 2 hours and record a video talking all about the tech, but it's super nerdy, and for most of you won't care, and that's fine. But for those of you who care about Super Nintendo music and what I'm doing here today, now that I have this incredible database to just start writing music from, this is such a better way than what I used to do, which was I used to take sounds like a piano from Contact or a string library like 8DU Adagietto, whatever, and I would take these and I would downsample them and I would compress them and I would bit crush them to make them sound similar to Super Nintendo sounds. But little did I know that the composers of that day had access to these old synths and these old MIDI rumplers, and they literally just used them. So if you're wondering why your music doesn't sound like Super Mario World or insert, SNES track here, Metroid, Super Metroid, Earthbound, F-Zero, whatever. If your music doesn't sound like it, it's because you're not using the right sound sources. Plain and simple. So as soon as you have access to these types of sounds, you can make your music sound just like it. And then, of course, there's the composition side. You got to write music that's fitting and simple enough and good melodies and strong harmonies and rhythms and all that good stuff. But most of us do that naturally anyway. So my goal here tonight, as I've been doing for the last couple months, I've already written an N64 track, a GameCube track. If you joined me a couple days ago, I did a Game Boy Advance track. I've done a PS1 track. And these are all authentic to the original limitations of that console and using real samples from those sound sources, not the games. And today, here we go. We're going to kind of move along this trajectory of history. And today, working on Super Nintendo, which is, by the way, my absolute favorite console of all time, bar none. N64 is number 2. PS1's probably number 3. GameCube's probably number 4. GBA number 5, somewhere in that range. I love them all so much. They're all Nintendo consoles, with the exception of PlayStation 1. But, man, some of my favorite games ever are from Super Nintendo, so I had to do this. No one told me to do this. No one hired me to do this. In fact, I spent a lot of money to do this. But this was very important for me personally to make this database. And I wish there was some way I could sell it to you, but there just isn't. That would be illegal. No one else has this database. It's my own customized database, but at least you guys get the benefit of watching me use it, and perhaps that'll inspire you to do something similar in your work. And for me, it's half fun, but it's also, man, what a cool resource to have for my clients. As I write new game soundtracks in the future, I can now sound exactly like a Sega Genesis, exactly like a Super Nintendo, exactly like Sony PlayStation 1, etc., etc., etc. And this is a really cool superpower to have in a world where every game composer basically can do the same thing. You got to differentiate yourself, got to make yourself stand out. And I know for a fact this is something that's going to really make me stand out in the future, and it really pumps me up. So without further ado, now that I've got all my talking out of the way, can we write some music? Let's have some fun. Super Nintendo is so much fun. So let me show you my database. For those who didn't get to see it yet, this is so simple. You're going to just laugh at how dumb it is. But this is the way that my brain works. It must be simple. It must be easy, or else I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to use it. So I literally created a folder called VGM, and I divided every console into its generation. So today we're doing SNES, which is the 4th generation SNES. And then I can literally go into whatever game. There we go. Whatever game that I want. So Chrono Trigger, sure. Then I go over here and I grab one of the samples that I've created. Granted, this is not the full list. I have not gone that extensive, but 1800 is a pretty darn good number across the board. Maybe I'll do more. But let's say we want the exact pan flute that was used in Chrono Trigger, the original sound source. And Anton in the chat says the Roland JV1080 and the S760 were used for the DK64 soundtrack. Yes, that's on my list. I don't have the Roland JV1080, but that is actually on my list of things to acquire in the next year because it has so many good soundtracks on it. I don't want to get too lost in the weeds here, but if you want to sound like DK64 or anything by Grant Kirkhope, track down the Proteus Orchestral 2. Again, I really don't want to get sucked into the weeds here because I could talk about this stuff literally for hours. But since you brought up DK64 and I love Grant Kirkhope and all that he does, here's the folder, just for anyone who cares. In my Retro VGM Samples folder, if you grab the Emu Proteus 123 Orbit Planet Fat, it's a SFZ pack that you can convert to Contact. And it has just about everything Grant Kirkhope has ever used. So there's like the timpani from Donkey Kong 64, a whole bunch of stuff, the pizzicato and whatever, all the things. Really good stuff. But that specifically is like the Grant Kirkhope money. All the good stuff. Anyway, enough about that. That's not Super Nintendo, so I'm not talking about it. But you kind of get how freaking amazing this is. Here's the gamelan from Chrono Trigger. Isn't that like the Shala theme? I'm sure it's like whole tone scale or something. Whatever it is, I don't know all that music, but you get the point, right? Bum ba da ba da dum bum bum. All right. So you can really have fun. The one game that I had the most tracks from was Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars because I have the Roland sound canvas. Like 99% of that game is from that one sound source, which is pretty cool. So I'll probably be using that a lot today, just to kind of show it off for a second. There's so much good stuff here. It's crazy. Right, this stuff just instantly sounds like it. Here's the harp from Super Mario RPG. Now I'm drawing a blank of all the music from that game. Bum 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 ba da dum bum ba da bum 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 ba da bum. Isn't that that? What's the Mallow theme? I love Super Mario RPG. The cloud theme. It's like I draw a blank right now and I want to play something from it, but get the style, right? It totally fits. The marimba from the Rolling Song Canvas is used in everything. It's like the whimsical instrument. Yoko Shimomura used this on everything. I think it was used in all the Squaresoft games, actually. Super inspiring. All this stuff is very inspiring. I don't have it like a ton from any one game except for that one, but you kind of get the point. At least I have some representation from a lot of this stuff, which makes me very, very happy. Super Metroid got a pretty strong representation here. What's the isn't that the boom bum bum boom bum bum boom bum 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 boom bum bum. I don't know any of that music, but it's the underwater one. Come on, someone help me out. You gotta be fellow nerds with me. Da ba da ba da ba dum bum bum bum. Starts with an M. Drawing a blank. But man, there's just so much good stuff here. It's so fun. Very inspiring. What else would be interesting for you guys to hear? Here's a slap bass from Mega Man X. But it's just so cool just to have access to this stuff. So for today's purposes, probably just because I write for RPGs, platformers, and Metroidvanias, it makes sense that I would do something that has more of a storytelling, melodic vibe to it. So I'm probably going to lean more heavily into an RPG style today. Just to have something more orchestral, because that's what I do anyway. But let's try writing some stuff. And I don't want to miss saying hi to you guys. Thanks for everyone hanging out today. We've got Christopher, Norman, Nanya, Gabo, Best Korean. We had Marie, Samuel, Old Black Wolf, Chu, Anton. Thanks, guys, for being here. I know I'm skipping some of your comments in the live chat. Can't hit them all, but I do appreciate you guys being here. Hope this is going to be a fun, just kind of a throwback to some of these sounds. Let's pick on Earthbound. I'm such a sucker for Earthbound. Let's see if we can find... Fantasia is a really cool patch that a lot of SNES games used. Oh, this is Winters. Oh, that's the Winters sound. Oh my gosh, I found the Winters sound. Can't even answer that comment. Oh, Simi in the chat says, this library is incredible. Where is it from? Where did you find this library? I need it. Well, sorry, you're late to the party. Rewind 17 minutes and you'll get the answer to that. Oh my gosh, I love this sound so much. I could write a whole thing on this. Does anyone else remember the Winters theme? Oh my gosh. coolest part about this whole process is because I literally just, I tracked down these original patches, it already sounds like Super Nintendo. So there's really no more treatment needed. And that's my favorite part, is I can just write with these sound sources and it's going to sound like it. Super cool. Man, that's pretty. I'm going to like hang on to that one. And like I've been doing, I'm just going to call it Fantasia. I now know what it is. Let's make a new contact. And the best part of all, folks, these are incredibly small sound sources. They're only 7 megabytes each, based on the way that I created the patches. And I'll go under the hood and show all that later. Another video, just so it can be in one place, in case some of you guys would like to do that too. But let's see what else is hiding in here, because I love Earthbound. The organ. I have the organ, like the organ. The hotel. How fun is that? I want to see what this thunder bass is all about. That's it. So good. Oh my goodness. That's a ton of fun. Vibes. Maybe that's in 4-side. My memory's a little fuzzy on the soundtrack, but I just know I love it. Timpani. That's definitely in the boss battles. So a fun fact about Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, and any of the retro consoles that use timpani. This is before they had like timpani roll patches. So the composers would literally just, hang on a note forever. Which I think is really fun. It's a good compositional thing to know. And maybe that's a good place to start. Let's grab a tempo. Let's do like a battle, something like more upbeat and fun. Yum bum 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 bum. What time signature is that? One. Man, why am I so attracted to 6/4 time? I don't know, but it's my favorite time signature. So we're just gonna roll with it. Let's put a little marker here. Let's find a proper tempo, something a little bit faster. Like 140 maybe. Yum bum. Oh no, we need dun 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 dun. Ugh, that's really fast. Bum 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 bum. Technically, you could call it 6/8, but it's really not. Dun bum 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 bum. Cool. That's the Mr. Saturn. That's the patch. That's it. That's gonna be fun. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lean into the Super Mario RPG vibe, because that's like the quintessential RPG from the SNES era, because it blends Mario and Final Fantasy, which are my 2 favorite sounds anyway, so maybe that'd be a cool place to land today. So is that 6/4 or 7/4? Is that 4/4? I don't care about time signature as long as it grooves. That's all that matters to me. So typically, sometimes I just write the thing and then fill in this time signature later. That's all that matters to me. Ooh, I like that. So everything here is going to be an eighth note. That last part is going to be probably 30-second notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Is it? Sure enough, 7/4. So let's slide it over. No problemo. It's an easy fix. Okay, cool. So I'm kind of alternating. So there's going to be 16ths. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. So if I look weird, well, I probably should. I always look weird, but if I'm like doing this number, it's because I'm looking at a baby monitor, making sure no one's awake. Cool. I'm on dad duty. I'm always on dad duty, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. I'm very happy with that. Now I'm going to alternate my time signatures. So I think it's going to be a fun blend of those 2 styles. So let's grab this way. Here we go. Cool. So that just means this is 8/4, which does exist. Back to 7/4. That's not bad. It's just alternating. 7/4, 8/4, 7/4, 8/4, and then that's where it would loop. Chop that up real quick, make it nice and pretty. Boom. And then we can also copy the time sigs like this. Just alt drag. Oops. Have to select them all. 1, 2. If it will let me, come on. Why won't you let me select you? That's annoying. There we go. I have to use Shift, not Alt. I'm so sorry. Shift and then hold Alt and then drag them. Oh, Cubase. How pretty you are. It's being so dumb. Let me just copy and paste. There. I was getting way too complicated. What's up, old pup? And Lumpanada. Oh, you're talking about the zombie town that's called Threed. So, you know what that needs, right? We need a shaker. Which is probably just called orchestral perk. If I go to the original, and I intentionally left everything as its original name. That way, if I ever go back to the original sound source, I can more easily find it. So if I go to Super Mario RPG and I go to drum kits, there's got to be an orchestral kit somewhere here. And if it's not there, which I don't see it, I'm going to just scrub through all of my SNES patches and just find something that will match. But what I'm looking for is a shaker. If this was a live tune, I would literally just grab my shakers behind me and record it, but that's not what we're doing here. Maybe this brush kit. Oh yeah, it's gonna be here. So let's call it brush kit. Oh, isn't that nice? That's like the Super Mario RPG sound. Is that samba? The Guica. You gotta have the whistles. There's my shaker. Hee 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 hee. I love it. Cool. Put that on repeat here. That'll help. I know it's weird, but that's kind of the point. If you've ever played Super Mario RPG, all of the boss battles, which kind of transformed into Paper Mario and Mario Luigi Superstar Saga, and all those follow-up games are in the same vein. It's like this goofy, whimsical Mario RPG. Like a giant piranha plant kind of boss, you know? Nothing too scary or too intimidating. And specifically to that game, not that I want to copy it by any means, but they use a lot of delay in the brass instruments and the woodwind instruments. So that might be a fun thing to explore here. Let's grab... Let's do strings, because that's kind of a staple of orchestral writing. Let's just kind of see what we spit out here. good sound. It's very nautical, like very ship-like. That might be the patch from David Wise. Donkey Kong Country 2, he used a lot of Roland, almost exclusively Roland products, so it's quite likely. Toxic Tower. Oh crap, I'm mixing composers. That's oh my gosh. Gloomy Gulch or the creepy castle from Donkey Kong 64. Wrong composer. Sorry. Still Donkey Kong. That's DK64. That's Grant Kirkhope. Whoops. Yeah, I'm still gonna play it. It's close enough, but it's not. That's not the right one. Here we go. All right. Yeah, that's fun. But not what I was gonna do. I want to really lean into that almost Super Mario World Bowser Koji Kondo. So like oh my gosh, that's Zelda. Whoa, that was trippy. Oh my gosh. They didn't have tremolo strings back then, so just like the timpani, they literally just did. Let's go ham. So. You can't physically play it. It's so insane because it's just nonstop. 30 seconds. Man, that makes me want to do that though. So a rule of Super Nintendo music is to keep your releases super short, like 5 milliseconds. So I went ahead and did that. So every time I programmed a patch, I just made the release instant. That way I don't have to think about it. So I did all the tech on the front end. That way I can just write music. And what's also cool about that is it's going to, as long as the MIDI note is being held or by my fingers, it's going to keep looping thousands of times because these samples are so short. It's like, it's just looping constantly. That's what gives it that warbly effect. I did my own loops. I mean, again, I don't want to get caught in the weeds here, but if you actually go into the contact instrument, you can see it under the wave editor. It just sounds so good. So bad, but so good, right? Okay, enough about, you can tell I'm geeking out about the sound, and that's half the fun here. All right, let's lean into the goofiness here. Totally forgot to even do a shaker. So I'm actually going to just call this by its name, shaker, and this one is going to be, let's call it drums. So the shaker was this one. Let's just do 16ths. What are those things called? The little... I have one behind me. Little stick in the ridges. It has a name. It's in the Brazilian samba instrument. That's really fun. Oh man, I love this kind of percussion because I don't ever do this, but because of the limitations I have to work with here today, 8 channels, I can only use what's right in front of me. The results are fun. Jack, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. I explained how I sampled these things in the first 10 minutes of the video, so go back. But the short answer is no. There's no ROM hacking. There's no illegal emulation of any sort here. This is all legal acquisition of samples, not from the games, but from the original sound sources, which were used in the games. That's a very important delineation, clarification that I do not want to misconstrue. So yes, I can legally use every bit of this commercially as I plan to do. That's the most Mario thing of all time. Just like a random synthy sound effect. Cool. I like having that intro, actually. So I'm going to chop this off, make this the intro by what am I trying to do? Boom, 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 boom. This part. I'm just going to duplicate this part. It's really cool. A Mario thing to do would be to find a chromatic It's like triplets. And it's like thirds. Right, isn't that cool? Profe Matt Ganza Kanyet. Welcome. Nice. Is this inspired from Primeval Mountain from Chrono Trigger? No, but could be. It's in my past somewhere, as all of these are. Let me take this guy. That's a cool connection you made. All right. No. I like ending on a major, even though the riff is in minor. No. We're going to put a sustain pedal. Yeah. Actually, I'm just going to play it again so it's accurate. Here we go. Try to get better about using my shortcuts. There's one here: edit, select, invert, Control Alt I. Control Alt I. I need to use that more because it allows me to do the opposite quantization, which is so helpful. Which are all 30-second notes. There we go. Cool. I want to make 2 string patches here, just low and high, just so I can separate them. But this would still be considered one patch if we're talking 8 channels. In the same way that the shaker up until this point could be considered one. As long as there's no more than 8 things happening at once, you're fine from a limitation perspective. Ooh, that's tricky. One of them. I'll try one more time. I like doing the offbeat. Just kind of like cements this groove as being a weird time signature. Should have gotten most of them. Those might be 30-second notes in this fast-paced. Yeah, it is. Almost there. Sometimes tricky gets it so fast. I don't like how this one's different. Second. There we go. It's a groovy little tune. Some of those things I can tighten up even further if I need to later. But it's cool because it matches up with the shaker. Okay, what else we got hiding in the wings here? I need some kind of melody. I don't have a melody yet. That's weird. What do we have to work with? Let's try synth brass. That's very Mario. Sounds like the patch used in Super Mario Galaxy. Samuel Media Group, thanks for hanging out with us today. Jump back to the beginning of the video and you'll learn about the sources of all these magical sounds. But they're not from the games, they're from the original sound sources, which were used in the games. What shall we use? I have that. The honky tonk piano. so iconic. To Super Mario World. It's like the sound is a honky tonk piano. Go figure. Isn't that cool? Super Mario World. What do we have here? Must be the caves. It's all reverby. That's the Yoshi, right? Yep. The reason it sounds weird is because there's reverb. So you actually just need to cut off the release. I love that so much. I could play that forever. That like deserves its own track. So I'll kind of reserve that in case I want to use it. But this track's taking a weird turn. That's okay. Half of the fun for me is just exploring the sounds and seeing what might work together. I want to see what I have inside Mario Paint. That is straight up Donkey Kong 3. I'm in heaven. Just give me a minute, please. I found the sound. It's the greatest music box of all time. Like, what else is there to say? Like, there's nothing else to say. Okay, I'm going to put a pin in this weird 7-4 boss battle thing. And as you guys are just used to me doing by this point, I'm sure, I'm going to create a new session. Nah, maybe, kind of, sort of. I'll just bump it right here. I'm going to create a tempo track. And we're just going to, start fresh. That's okay. Fun fact, you may not know this about me and many composers, but version 1 of anything is usually not the one that's used. It's just an idea. It usually takes, you got to get like an idea out of your brain before you can get to the good stuff. And that's true of every artist, I think. It's like you need to draw the bad picture to draw the good one. You need to get the bad music out to make the good thing. So I'm never mad at myself if I don't use the first thing I write. It's fine. So I want to do something slow. I got the fast thing out of my system. Let's do the slow thing, the slow, beautiful thing. We're just gonna, oops, I keep doing that. Wrong key commands. Ugh. I've been using Pro Tools a lot lately, and it's not the same. Pushing the wrong buttons. I don't know. Slow. I'm just gonna call it slow. And we're gonna lean into some other sounds. And it's going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. So let's go back to that lovely, lovely page, Yoshi's Island. And I want to hear what all of these sound like, because they all sound like winners to me. That's from the opening scene. This is Koji Kondo, by the way, who did Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World. So this is probably the Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Not Link's Awakening. A Link to the Past. This is probably the strings that he used for. Which means it's the original Zelda's Lullaby. Kakariko. Sounds just like it. In all of its compressed synthy glory. turn my Nintendo senses on. Nintendo themes always have these really large jumps. Let me just kind of sit in this for a minute. I like what we have, so that's hull strings. I'm going to pull up these last couple guys and see what they're like, because that's a really good sound. And half the fun of doing this together with you is just kind of exploring. This is what I do in real life. You know, I don't always commit to things, always. Like that as much. So let's try a couple things. I don't want to be cheesy. Like that, but I do. That's cool. And I'll repeat from there. That's a cool sound. And those are technically 16ths, I think. Yep. That's brightness, and that's from the Roland Sound Canvas. Cool patch. So I really want to take advantage of what the SNES was most known for, which is reverb and delay. So I'm just going to slap on a tape delay. Or a stereo delay, rather. Just a basic stereo delay. from Cubase here. Doesn't matter where it comes from. And it's going to be a 16th note. I love how short that release time is. So it's like when I'm done playing, it just stops, which makes loops really easy. I'm so dramatic. I guess I'm leaning more into Donkey Kong territory. Metroid. It's probably the Metroid's probably the closest. Cool. This is just what happens, you know? You just explore and find cool sounds and... That's a cool chord progression too. It's quite simple. Does anyone else agree with me that that's right up there, Super Metroid type of vibe? So I'll lean more. I'll probably add some choir and some piano on this one to get some brighter elements. These are very dark. And I want... Ooh, yeah. Let me see what I actually have from Metroid. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, this sounds like Metroid. Okay, then go to Super Metroid and see what I have. I'm going to open all of them. That's the fun thing about making your own contact patches. You can load as many as you want, up to 48 at a time, and then you just solo something. There it is. Here they are. Here's all things Metroid. So I'm literally just going to call that Metroid. It's so cool. Whoa. I like that vibe. That's the name. So the whole purpose of this is to be kind of mesmerizing and hypnotic. I don't know if I'm going to finish this tonight, but I like this starting idea. Oh, I like these strings better. It's much more fitting. Yeah. Let me play with that. That's like Donkey Kong style. Let me throw some SNES Verb on it, which is a plugin from Impact Soundworks, where it duplicates what a SNES does to the reverb. Don't want that much. Let's do... I kind of want to chase in David Wise's footsteps because he was onto something early before anyone else with aquatic ambience, and that was to sample a synth and then loop it a million times to create these beautiful that's the patch, by the way. So with any patch, you can modify its parameters. So this is called AirVox. So I can modify the attack. It's beautiful. So perhaps if I find a piano that I like, a similar style, I can create something in that vein. Let's find the piano he used. 16-foot grand. See, it's like lots of cycles. Just a bunch of pitch bend and delay that's causing all that stuff. Obviously, I don't have the finesse of what he did, but... What a cool idea, though, just to raise an entire octave. I might even try to do that. It's probably in these settings of, like, the mod wheel. I don't even know. Now I'm super curious. It's under mod. That sounds really cool. So pitch. I think it's in I'll have to play with that, but it's a cool idea. Oops. Got super loud since I screwed around with it. Whoops. Anyway. I like that idea of like moving. Man, that's overly complicated. But you get the idea. Well, I didn't finish anything tonight, but I got 2 interesting ideas. So let's wrap it up. Clearly I'm out of juice, and that's okay. What I've found is typically when I return to an idea the next day or a couple days later, I have a lot more clarity about what I want to do with it. I can have a better shot at finishing it. But at least I have 2 interesting ideas that I can certainly milk and massage until they make sense. So even though we didn't finish anything tonight, I hope this is still fun for you guys to kind of hang out and see what it's like playing around with these Super Nintendo samples. And I'll certainly post something once it's all done. But if you're interested, let me find the link really quick, just so give you something fun to look up when we're done. I encourage you guys to go to this link right here. These are the tracks that I've finished so far, if anyone's interested. It's on SoundCloud, and maybe just for fun, I'll play like a small snippet of each just so you guys can hear. I haven't shared this with anybody, but just so you can hear what this sounds like. Oh no, sorry. I didn't know music was playing. Sorry about that. But let's take a quick listen. I just want to show off a little bit of some of these tracks. Like here's the N64 one. Here's a PlayStation battle, kind of like Final Fantasy. That's fun. Born to Adventure. This is a Game Boy Advance. This is the one we just finished a couple days ago. And then this is probably my favorite one. Is a GameCube Snow Peak Valley. It's kind of written in a Mario Kart Double Dash style. All that's super fun. So for today's purposes, let me just play out the ideas that I've started for Super Nintendo, and I can finish these later, but I'm tired. It's late. But that was a fun little burst just to kind of get some ideas out. So thanks for being a part of this. Yes, my goal is to be back next week and to continue in these retro video game styles until I actually go back to work, which is all fun. I love it. And I wanted to share this real quick. Here's a postcard. This is so cool. The Monster Sanctuary devs sent me this beautiful postcard, which is hand-drawn artwork of all the monsters sitting around a campfire doing Christmas. So cool. the spectral wolf, toad, eagle, and lion. I thought that was the coolest thing in the whole wide world. I love working in games because people like that exist. Such fun. Like only in the game world would people think to do such things. So great. Feel so loved. So anyway, guys, let's close out the show tonight. Let's play these two very different SNES style beginnings of tracks. And with that, I will see you guys later. Have a good night. Take care. I bid you adieu. Farewell.